do believe we are live. So I'll say indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me once again on another conscious evolution. Today's stream topic is going to be about how we can go from thinking about other people, thinking about people as other, to thinking about people as friends, right? That like step by step process. First and foremost, think about other people as the importance of what we're trying to communicate, right? That you are here ultimately for the other people. One, as like an act of service, which I do believe in, but two, as an act of novelty, as the universe with its infinite complexity. Even though you might get something good out of a meal or a piece of entertainment, which has been potentially created by a person, I don't know if you'll be able to get as much value out of just the thing if there was no human involvement, right? In other words, other people have something valuable. That is the novelty of their being. That is the uniqueness that their soul holds, right? That's one layer of today's consideration. The second layer is how much we lose as a species, as societies, as cultures, when we see a group of people as other, right? Other specifically when it comes to the need to separate or create distance between ourselves and the other because they're somehow dangerous or somehow inept or somehow inadequate to the beings we want to kind of, associate ourselves with. And in doing so, we lose all of that novelty. We lose all of that humanity. We lose all of that depth that can be experienced if we were just to realize that they're not so much other than we are. And then ultimately, to close that gap, to close the gap of one, realizing that you're here for other people and then showing up for that. Two, realizing that the people that you would consider other, the people on the other side, are also the same people that you should be considering. And then thirdly, allowing yourself to be friends, to make friends with the other, if you will, and how that is going to only allow us more beauty in this life, not less so. So that's like the core. That's like the rind of the fruit we're going to get into today. I already see friends joining me. Beloved Shan, beloved Jovan, Loizana. Thank you for joining me, friends. Oh, these blue colors you're wearing today. You right? You right? Me all blued up? Yeah, I felt like it was apt. This was technically not the right scarf in rotation. Technically, wasn't supposed to be worn, but it wanted to come out, so I'm happy to be wearing it. Today's flower was spectacular. Yesterday's, I'm so happy you enjoyed it. Louisiana, like I was looking at your ooh, ah, woo. I don't know if I butchered it, but that's how I read it. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Maybe that's another one of yesterday's flower. This is how it turned out. It is significantly more aggressive than my color choices were. I had like Joy Vive's semi-muted. It's not that like with the patterns, right? It's more like subtle, unless you fold it out, and then red and black, in the middle. And I was like worried I won't be able to do much with it, but I went deep with complexity. Like this was a shirt, and then it like wraps into what was the scarf. Like this orange is also from the scarf, the yellow too. I'm happy that you enjoyed it, though, Zana. Yeah, them flowers. I'm happy that you like this one as well, because I was like fighting myself with which one was supposed to win. This one almost edged it out. There we go, live again. Weirdly enough, I disconnected at 4:44 with 4 friends watching, and then by the time I started saying that, it was 4:47. Hey, Joe Schmo. Thank you for joining me, bro. I'm sharing some art. Louisiana really enjoyed yesterday's flowers, so I wanted to show the ones that didn't make it. You can see this one is a little bit more finished. I do color corrections after I make them as well. I feel like the color correction is such an important, step. It makes a big difference. Like for instance, yesterday's as well. Now, even though these flowers look good, like this one is the one that almost won yesterday, or the day before that's flower, right? And like patternly, it's still very satisfying to look at. Like this shape in the middle, I really like how it turned out. But if I go back to my winning flowers, this is the one that actually ended up making it through. So like the color correction, it's almost like I'm breathing life into the flowers after I born them. Born them? Yes. I'm borning them. Thank you very much. I don't have to English good. You understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? Taking out my chat again. The blue matches my blue stained fingers. Why your fingers? Oh, with the blueberries, of course. Colors makes me happy. Love is true. Good morning to you, Joshmo. There's Joy V's name as well. Oh, those soft yellows and lavenders. Looks pretty, pretty, pretty full. So just love it. The flowers are beautiful, but the bear. It would be awesome to see them on some clothing. They are technically on some clothing. Hey, Google, open Redbubble, melt more. The only word that it got from that is, hey, actually it worked. Working on it. I'm thinking about it. There we go. Is this mine? No. There are other people who are making pretty melty things. But these are not mine. It's not one word. I think that's the problem. Melt more. There we go. There we go. So, hey, there should be more pieces of clothing available very soon, Joshmo. I have help now at least. But these are the ones that I made myself. I'll show you soon. Seems that this website is allowing me to build more patience. Yes. I'm becoming so patient. Please, sir. There we go. Is this gonna work? Let me just try to open it in Chrome directly. Okay. So this is one of the mugs, for example. So like I've tried to make one of these. Maybe like this is one of the mugs Louisiana was talking about. Sticker wise, there's like some stickers. There is some clothing, some tropolos. Here's leggings. But this is the thing, right? Like even though you can technically do it, it's just a little bit too expensive for me to think of it as appropriate. Is that the right word? Like a pair of leggings cost like $44. Right? That doesn't seem right. Surely. Bro, this website is, I don't know if it's my internet. It might be my internet, but it's definitely not user experiencing me right now. I'm having a user experience. But it's making me want to stop experiencing. Please. Oh, please. Please, Mr. Website, please. Please start working. It's not being responsive. Like I've pressed buttons and I'm still waiting for the buttons I pressed like 2 minutes ago to load. You see, like this is the kind of stuff that I get really visceral about, Joshmo. Like I would love to have a proper clothing brand and have my own website and have my own team of, fulfillment and have my own signing booth. I would love to. I love all that stuff. Eventually, surely we will. But for right now, right, something like the website not working properly, instantly that causes me visceral distress and makes me not want to be anywhere close to it. Thank you again, Josh Mo, for the echoes of love. Why are your fingers blue? Chopping up aliens for stew? Yeah, technically, maybe like alien eggs. We call them blueberries. They grow on these little alien things we call bushes. Joy. I wouldn't eat aliens. I got a big bag of wild blueberries yesterday, and this morning I took some out and put them in a smaller bag to keep them in my fridge upstairs. Blessed. I think I could be convinced to try alien. I mean, for me, it would be. I wouldn't be too opposed to eating alien. That isn't really my problem. Look at this little cutie. I think I would be so opposed to eating alien, but I think they would be opposed to me eating alien, right? That would be my real worry. I wouldn't be too bothered by eating anything, but if it is bothered by it, that would bother me, right? Being like, bro, why are you eating our homie called Dave? Can you stop eating Dave, please? And I'm like, oh goodness, Dave is a name. They're like, yeah, oh, you've been eating him for the last week. Can you stop, please? It's not cool, dude. Stop eating Dave, bro. Stop it. Isn't she a little cutie? Isn't she so cute? Yeah, you're so cute. You're cute. Oh, chamachachas. Achamara. Chachacamachachis. Little aliens that live amongst us. Look at her. This is an alien. This is an alien right here. She's infiltrated my home. She's eating my foods. She wants all of my creatures, taking my attention so I can rule the world. If I had no Pippi, I would have surely been ruling the world by now. I'm completely unencumbered, undistracted by any cuteness. I just be like taking over everything. Everything is mine now. But I have a worthy adversary. A worthy adversary is always gonna eat my fingers, it seems. What you see out there? You see anything interesting? How lucky are we to have these little creatures in our lives? Not necessarily profitable, but they will certainly make amazing little mementos and things. Silk screen printing for shirts and scarves is pretty inexpensive around here, though. You would have to like have the silk screens made, I believe, right? I do want to like maybe like do like a little bit of a poll. Have you friends pick out the flowers that you appreciate the most? Because I make so many. I've made like an absurd amount of flowers at this point, and I don't know which ones you friends like the most, because those are the ones that you would want to put on the clothing. Ideally, and this is my hope, my long-term hope, you will be able to wear the flowers directly from the Patreon, right? If you feel a sense of, oh, I really like this flower, I want to have a coffee mug with it. You can just go, I want a coffee mug with this, and then it takes my HD files and then automatically does it for you, or a shirt, or a tank top, or a pair of sleeping pants, or leggings, or a yoga mat. Whatever you want to do from that portal, you can do it. Because right now, I have to put every single design, and then you have to like mitchy matchy to get it like where you want it. I did like for that previous one I just showed you, like have like a that's like a pattern based version of it. So there's like software that allows you to make patterns of certain shapes, and you can like use my flowers to make interlocking patterns with it as well. But still, I want you friends to be the ones who have the freedom to actually get what you like, not necessarily just what I allow you kind of vibe. Screen. Squid is pretty close, Joy Vive, to eating alien. True, actually. I would like to take you friends' word on how alien tastes. Have you even heard calamari? Calamari is pretty nice. I imagine that's probably what it would be like to eat alien. I'm not a fan of squid, too chewy. When there's a will, there is a moment when we will find a way. I agree, Joe Schmo. I'm just very patient. Sometimes to a fault, right? Like I'm so patient where I'm okay with only starting my brand of clothing properly in like 10 years. I'm okay with that. To me, it's not about the money. For me, it's about seeing my flowers in the outside world. And I would like it to, one, be of high quality, and two, of something that somebody wants to wear, right? Like something that someone is going to appreciate for a long time. And if it takes me 10 years to get to a product that's actually going to allow that experience, then I'm okay waiting 10 years to get there. 10 years I'll be 35. That's fine. That's fine. I appreciate you though, Brother Joe Schmo, because even though that's not the reality just yet, you are already putting down those fractals, giving me that hope. I am stacking my little vaporizer with the intent of realizing that I can do the same things other people can. Right? The friends that came before me have created clothing brands. Like, that's the best part. Like, people are creating and making money with clothing that is technically pretty low effort when it comes to like pattern design. Right? So maybe I can convince myself that I'm doing the world a service by creating these patterns on t-shirts. But fortunately we have Kristen who wants to do that as well. So I am now in patience mode once again. My husband is watching you with me on the big screen this morning. Instantly my mind switches into a whole new blushing, mildly concerned, hello sir, thank you for joining us today. I hope you know, I'm sure you do, that you have a beautiful, smart, creative, wonderful to interact with wife. Louisiana, you really are appreciated, dear friend. Thank you for making a part of this space. And thank you, Louisiana's husband, for joining us as well today. It truly is appreciated. You'll have a bunch of friends sending you blessings, I'm sure. I'm actually I super duper love squid. But man, it stirs conscious turmoil in me. At least at least I hope you're not doing the whole eating them alive thing, right? That's kind of where I draw the line with eating anything, right? It's okay to eat something, I guess, because we are ultimately eating ourselves, right? The Ouroboros, the self-eating snake. But if you're eating it while it's still alive, while it's still fighting for its existence, that just seems a little bit yikes, right? I feel like that's where our humanity comes in. Not so much transcending the need to kill things in order to survive, but in actually killing the thing so we can eat it. If you're imagining about a bird catching a bug, and then chomping it down while it's still squirming or whatever. I'm trying to anthropomorphize. I am 100% anthropomorphizing, right? Like seeing the bug suffering as well, having that sense of fear while it's getting consumed. I feel like that is the part where our humanity comes in allowing the thing to not suffer its own consumption. It's kind of rough, actually. All messages. I think I switched over. Yeah, I did. We should go back to his family, that he's on TV in multiple countries. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on TV, Mom. I made it, Mom. Can't tell me otherwise now, Mom. Hey, Nancy. Blessings to you, Fred. It's nice having you here, too. How could we possibly choose? They're all so flippin' beautiful. That's the thing. That's the thing, right? It should be a personal experience, because I believe, honestly, that every single one of those flowers has certain healing potentials. I'm not sure what those healing potentials are. I would like to empirically prove, have data, have like N thousand, data sets of people going through every flower and then writing aptly. Maybe like having a multiple choice checkbox of how these things make them feel, and to see if there's any similarities, if there's any patterns arising from the data set, and then to take that data and then to inference it over the flower, to be like, this flower for 80% of the onlookers has this effect, and then you can wear that effect into the world because that's how you want to make other people feel. You'll make yourself feel that way too, but maybe you'll have that as a journey, a mission, as your own person walking around in the world trying to help us consciously evolve. So there's like a lot of importance, significance that I apply to my own flowers in my own mind, and that is technically keeping me back a little bit. Melty, I've seen at least 100 different flowers, it seems. I'm guessing that you have made many, many more. I've made thousands. I've officially, my official folder for the ones that actually get to be seen by the Patreon friends is 681. So there's 681 official flowers. And then there are thousands that just never get to see the light of day. They will forever be hidden in obscurity. Maybe one day they will be available. I'm imagining building like an digital museum where you can literally put on a VR goggle and go there with a friend, walk down the aisles, look at flowers, see what they mean to the writer, if you will, and then have a conversation between you and the friend about what you see in the flower, what it makes you feel. That's my hope, at least. And then there would be the capacity within digital space to just walk into one of those flowers, and then hopefully with like proper data management, I'll be able to link all of my, I don't want to call them duds, unseen flowers to the back of that flower. So you can like walk through that flower and see the ones that didn't actually get to make it, but still appreciate them. I do want to like implement a certain type of monetary system in it, where you can, for instance, purchase at least the spot, right? Like again, that's what an NFT technically is. It's an address. It's like a space in the internet that you now claim as your own. So within that museum, you can see that as the space, right? It will be still digital. It will still be technically an address, but it will be represented as a virtual space. And then you can have your little name, right? Oh, I like this flower specifically. Now every single person who sees that flower after you gets to see that you liked it, gets to click on your name potentially, gets to open up all of the works of art that you want to associate with. Maybe you can then take that art and put it in your own home with your own decorations. My mind is running all of the possibilities. Thank you. Thank you, Joe Schmo, for appreciating them with me, man. They're beautiful. I'm sure they will become very popular outside of this group. I hope so. I do hope so. I am just at this point happy to make something that anybody at all appreciates. The fact that I appreciate it, right? Like I heard this wisdom from like another YouTuber as well. I think it was Dan Ko, where he goes, make the things that you like seeing. And if you make those things that you like seeing, surely there will be other people who also like seeing them, right? And the fact that you friends appreciate my flowers is already, more heartening than anything. The fact that you friends are supporting me on Patreon, right? Like I'm actually getting to make some money making art. It's my wildest dream, So many artists' wildest dream to be able to do that, and you friends are empowering me to do so. So thank you. Even if it doesn't get popular outside of this group, know that the love that you friends have shared with me means more than you know. There's Toasty Malosty too. I would like to visit the Melt VR gallery. What do we call it? I'm trying to melt the word melt and museum into one, but it doesn't really work in my mind. Meltzeum? Meltzeum? Is that what it's called? Yeah, the Meltzeum. It does have some ring to it. Does have some ring to it. I don't know if it's perfect, but it has like some funkiness. I would pick out my favorite flowers. How many should I pick? And out of the last, how many? Technically, you can do all of them, right? I don't know if I can. Maybe just check. I would be able to do so with like a better file management system. But I did on my titles save like the digits of every flower as well. So you should be able to tell me the digits and I'll be able to find the flower in my search algorithms. That's why, oh my brain, please. Like I already understand that I'm gonna become something else. And I'm trying to facilitate that version of me the best that I can. Try to give it, room so it doesn't, just get super lost. What am I talking about? I don't know. Talking about being other, but still wanting to be friends, I guess. So as many as you want, as many as you want. Like maybe I can like do like a poll as well, like directly on the Patreon or something. I don't know. Nancy, bless to you, friends. Nice having you. Yeah, I couldn't eat anything alive unless it was some kind of weird alien. It wanted to be eaten or something. I'm visualizing a Rick and Morty style. Oh yeah, I can definitely see that. I can 100% see that. Maybe it's like the most delicious thing ever, right? Like I'll tell you that, right? As a thought experiment. Here is the empirically proven most delicious thing that a human being can ever eat. The only drawback is that it is alive. It can speak. And the words that it chooses to say is, please eat me. Please eat me, sir. Please. Please eat me. It's like, bruh, I'll probably eat you more if you shut the fuck up. Please stop asking me to eat you. You're making it weird. Please. I miss you with yoga. Me too. I too miss Kristen. It's nice having you here right now. Hope Dixie is feeling better. Dixie is back home and we're snuggling. Hard to get up when you've got a good snuggle. That's good. I'm happy that she's home at the very least. Mm, death by snoo snoo. What? I mean, weirdly enough, like when she mentioned the whole creatures that want to be eaten, I was going more to the Futurama fractal as well, with those, like young of a species that the world was eating at one point, but they didn't want to be eaten technically. I know I need to eat meat, but sometimes I actually dissociate while I'm eating. It's hard to explain, but I'll try. The deeper we dive into conscious reflections of our actions, the harder it gets to ignore the impacts we have on all living creatures. I do agree completely with that. But instead of dissociating, and there is in me definitely some dissociation happening, I try to steer the dissociation more towards gratitude and awareness of what it is I'm doing, right? Where I'm like, yeah, actually, I feel like this is still like in the realm of conscious evolution at the very least, Joy V. Like we are talking about food, but now we're not talking so much about food items like, oh, how tacos versus not tacos. No, we're talking about death, death versus not death, death versus technically more tolerable death. Because even if you eat a plant, that thing still has to die for you to live, right? Like that line doesn't disappear. So instead of thinking of it as, oh, I'm killing something to live, think of it from a perspective of thank you for living so that I may live, right? Like, thank you, animal, for living your life on this planet so that I can eat your flesh. Still sounds kind of hectic, but that gratitude has helped me at least be a little bit more okay with my consumption while I still have to eat meat. I have to eat meat. I would like to visit Love Again, Toast. It's nice to have you here with us, bro. I have a little vaporizer with me that I stacked with some marijuana. If only VR chat wasn't so. VR chat and meta is meta. Someday we'll have awesome VR hangout options. Yeah. I want to be one of the people that builds one of those awesome VR hangout options. The Meltaverse. It will happen, bro. It will definitely happen. Slowly but surely, one day at a time, we'll get there. Melt, have you seen virtual museums before? So cool. Just what you're talking about. Yes, I have. I haven't seen much of them. I don't have a pair of VR goggles myself just yet. I'm still waiting for the tech to mature more. I'll probably wait until the year 2030 if nothing changes, if I don't get pushed somehow. But I look forward to getting into VR more as well. I think part of this channel is going to be pretty VR based. We're going to get wacky. Real wacky. Get all of the weird. Oh, so happy Dixie is back home. Love is true. Golly, that would be such a vibe. Hanging out in the gallery with you. Love your friends. Yeah, 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 yeah. Is there a Melt VR space? Not yet, Sam. Not yet. Hopefully there will be before we know it. Hopefully within the next 5 years. 5 years is my time frame to have a VR space. Sounds awesome. Love is true, Josh Mo. Morning to you. Duck Dad is here too. Sending you love. Meltily advanced. If only VR chat. Love is true. Isn't eating live delicious aliens considered food talk? Probably. Probably. But it's still, we're talking about mortality and we're talking about ethics. We're talking about the moral significance of your food choices, right? That's still conscious evolution in my mind, at the very least. The mind is willing, but the flesh is spongy. Namaste, beautiful souls melt. Shan, Jovan, Joe, Toasty, the Mosty, Joy, Kristen, Nan, Sham. Love to you, Lisa. It's nice having you here as well, friend. I mean, strawberries are sweet because they want to be eaten, right? Maybe, but then we can talk about chilies, right? Like we eat chilies because they're spicy, but they're spicy because they don't want to be eaten, technically. And we still do it. We're like, yeah, this thing is trying to fight me. This thing is literally attacking my insides right now. Eat more. So again, gratitude. Thank you, chili, for offering your little chili body for me to have the spicy. I thought we were talking about even better. Strawberries are sweet because they want to see the. That's true. They want to be replanted. Dude, my son's friends are deep in the deer hunting. I'm so pissed. They do not thank the deer for his life as they kill them. It's wrong in my opinion, but I've never been a hunter. Yeah, teenagers. I think there's a certain limit to what they consider at that point of their lives, right? The dissociation again. Like I feel like they almost dissociate on purpose. It's like it's required of them to dissociate because it's easier to dissociate than actually be present. So talking about to be present, to recognize the other as a friend. To recognize the other as a friend. Is that Amara? Hey Amara, how are you doing, little one? It's nice seeing your name in chat. We're talking about three things, technically, simultaneously. One is this idea of other people. Two, this idea that you're here for other people. One, from a perspective of service, that you're going to have to spend a lot of your life around other people, and that you can / should technically be in service of them. And then three, to realize that it's easier for you to do so by befriending what you would consider other people. Ooh, wow, that tastes amazing. Because that's what we're here for. We're not here for the entertainment, technically. The entertainment's nice, I'll agree, but you are here for the other people. Getting to experience the entertainment with other people. Manual drive vape, very cool. Yeah, it is a manual drive vape. That is exactly what it is, Toast. It is pretty cool. No batteries required. No, oh no, this thing isn't charged. Now I have to wait X amount of time for it to recharge itself. It does consume lighter fuel though, right? So there are trade-offs, which I am willing to accept. You can have my strawberries, Joe. Never cared for them, but I do like the way they smell. I love strawberries. I'll straight up devour strawberries like they're, Tic Tacs. I mean, weirdly enough, I'd probably eat strawberries faster than I'll eat Tic Tacs, technically. Seeing something delicious, like, I'm gonna turn that into puke. They just built a VR lounge right by my parents' house. Saw it last night. No idea what goes on in there, but many colorful lights. Sounds about right. VR is gonna become a big thing, right? It's probably gonna be like a symbiosis. Like there's gonna be real life, and there's gonna be augmented reality, and then there's gonna be VR, right? And we are in real life, and then it's gonna be AR for a lot of it, right? Where we're going to augment our reality to make it more appealing, more saturated, more things that will stimulate your dopamine receptors, technically. And then we'll, slowly but surely transition into a more VR state of reality as well. It is inevitable. It is the future, if you will. Now we just have to make sure we head there mindfully, right? Make sure we get there in a good state. In my area, deer are considered a pest and everyone hunts. It's just what you do if you don't want to deal with a lot of collisions on the road. I get it. I think Lisa is probably just talking about the consideration, right? Like, realize what it is you're doing, right? You're not playing a game, because that's how a lot of people experience it, right? Like, oh, I'm playing game. I have stick that makes boom, and I point stick that makes boom. I put these crosshairs over this creature, and then that creature dies, right? Oh, what a fun game that we're playing right now. And unfortunately, our younger kids got very game-based mechanics. Me too, technically. I'm also, in large part, game-based mechanic when it comes to how I interpret the world and how I see the value in things. But unfortunately, if you only see it as a game-based mechanic to kill an animal from a distance, that's the only way you'll see it. And that might be indicative of dissociation again, right? Lack of care. So maybe there's a middle room. I guess that's what Lisa is getting at. To have to kill, but to be aware that you are killing. You're not just doing a thing, you are actually killing a creature, ending its existence. I have some bedazzled deer antlers on my living room wall. I love them. How about that? Do what? That's exactly how it is here, Sam. Because I was not used to this for my first 30 years. Yeah, I can imagine that being pretty traumatic as well, right? If something is not a part of your immediate experience and then you have a son and your son starts killing things, right? That's an extra layer of how am I supposed to feel about this? How am I actually supposed to feel about this right now? I'm thinking back to me as a 9-year-old and my dad taking me to go and shoot my first deer. I really enjoyed it. But I don't know if I enjoyed it for the sake of killing something or because of all of the approval and camaraderie and being with my dad and his friends and getting hyped up to do this thing and getting applauded for actually killing the animal instead of just hurting it and letting it suffer. There was a lot of their social dynamicing in my mind, but yeah. It's not who I am right now. People change. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say, Lisa. Let's be patient with him and keep loving him. I do, Kristen. I got them in Madison, Wisconsin. It's wild. Like, who would think to bedazzle some deer antlers? I'm pretty sure there would be a lot. There's probably a lot of bedazzled deer antlers out there. Is Gabby Goo here? Love to you, bro. It's nice to hear your name. I'll get to you soon. Oh, Gabby has the flu. Bro, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Drink enough water, get enough rest. You'll get soon. You'll get soon? Yes. You'll get soon. Real better. I promise. Skibop. Skibidi boopity. Grilled hamster is my favorite. What's happening right now? I'm gonna skip over these comments. The secret to flavor is cuteness. No, it's hard to see it from the compassionate angle when you think about the individuals, but the group of deer is better to thin down the numbers every year. Yeah, I don't think they like it, right? I still think there is some suffering, but it is again a part of nature. Things do die. Things do die. The cutest. No, no, no. They eat guinea pigs in Peru. My aunt ate it in some sort of ceremonial thing, and she said it was really good. Cultures are different, and I am not hungry enough. I haven't been hungry enough to really properly form any judgments, right? Like if you're starving, if I'm starving, I'm gonna eat guinea pig, yo. Line me up, guinea pig me up, bro. I have my knife and fork ready. Give me guinea pig. Give. But I'm not that hungry right now, so I don't get to have any room for judgment, right? Like I feel like that's where I'm coming from. Like, bro, can you judge? Have you been starving? No? Then no judging for you. Overpopulation with deer is crazy. It's nothing. It's more depressing to see hundreds of deer starving to death under the winter. Think the herd keeps healthy. thinning, I'm guessing, the herd. Keeps a healthy herd. Manual drive, very cool. Love again to you. That's too cute. I couldn't eat one, but I've heard this before. Amara, I'm a baby girl, so much lovins. I think I'd rather have alien than guinea pig. Depends on how hungry you are. Joy beef. If you're hungry enough, guinea pig is gonna start looking real nice. Sam, with her archer knowledge of guinea pig eating, bacon has changed people's religious beliefs. Archer knowledge, yeah, it probably is. You want ants? I know what a guinea pig giggle sounds like when you tickle them. I've had a hard time getting past that. Oh, jeez. Butane is cleaner slash cheaper than petrol, so I think it's a win. True. That is true. And there's none of it being inhaled as well, at least. It does burn pretty clear. And I'm using a jet lighter, so most of it's being combusted instead of it being like a small little normal lighter. Butane Snow never knew his daddy. I'm confused. Sam, I love that sentence, and I don't want to spoil it by knowing more. Butane is a bastard gas. I don't know if it is butane. It probably is. Hey, Google, what gas do you put in your lighters? Yeah, it is butane. Butane lighter gas. With the little sticky, and then you pump something full with it. I'm sleepy and I have a headache. I feel like I need to let myself just sleep. See you tomorrow, everyone. Have a wonderful Sunday. Hope you get better soon, Nancy. Hope by the next time we see you. No, I can see that by the next time we see you, you no longer have a headache. Blessings to you, dear friend. Sleep well. May you sleep be healing, Nancy. Thank you. Exactly, Mel. You are correct. And they drive around with rifles and pistols in their trucks to school. Moles hunting everywhere. Yeah. I can see how that could be distressing, Lisa. That just thinking about that distresses me. And it's not even my son. So I get you. I get you completely. Gabi, have a flu. Love again to you, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Got a goober today. So much love is being sent in chat. Hunting with natural intention is great. Agreed, right? Especially if you're doing it for the food, but just killing things because you like killing things. That's where it gets a little bit. Are you alright right now? Sandwich in between two huskies and a vibe to everyone who isn't feeling well today. Seems to be the season for it. Big hugs and warm blankets. A little green tea with ginger and honey will set you straight. Good advice. Ginger really is a healthy thing. Maybe like some turmeric as well. Are you taking your health shots, Goo? Turmeric and ginger smoothies or shots? I hope so, bro. Maybe that could help you heal faster. Healing winds and all that. I had both huskies laying on me earlier. It was cute but uncomfortable. Too warm or restricted? Which uncomfort? Snuggles and huggles and cuddles. And a warm cup of herbal tea to you, Be Gooby. So much lovins. Put the antlers in creative space. Thank you, Joy V. Joe. Green tea with ginger and honey sounds so good. I would not have thought of that combination. How about that? The more we know, unlocking new fractals. If you bought them from a bar in Wisconsin, 100% chance it had some over the shoulder boulder holders hanging from it. How am I reading? Oh shoot, I forgot to share my abundance story. Yesterday, my customer asked me if I wanted a $500 Stihl chainsaw for free. Duck Dad got himself a very high quality machine. How about that, Duck Dad? You did mention if you wanna maybe consider, you know, what is that word we use? Being an arbiter? Was it that? No. Hey Google, what do you call someone that chops down trees in your yard and cleans them? Woodcutters. Thank you. Thank you, Google. They're called woodcutters, it says. I'm sure we use some sort of fancy word like arbiter or something like that. Maybe you can now. You got the $500 chainsaw. Bless you with that abundance, bro. Hope that it treats you well. My healthy shit is all at work, and you're sick, so you can't go there. That's rough, bro. That sounds super rough. So you're not feeling well. Go sending heels, bless. It wasn't a bar. It was a cupcake shop called the Cupcakery. Sounds like sounds like a bar for women. Is that a sexist that I just did? I'm sorry. Melty, your squirrel just showed up to listen to you. I paused the stream and took a video for you, bro. I don't know if you've sent it. Hey, little squirrel. Sending you love, his little one. Bless you and your little squirrel ears. Sending you eternal lovin's. Not seeing anything just yet. Today, Toast Day, I saw Tesseract in concert. Wednesday, it was insanely good. Do you think it's like 6 days since then, so maybe it's a little bit too long. But I hope that you feel better soon, bro. A shop that only sells cupcakes? It sounds about right. Arborist. Yeah, tree trimmer, but yes, it's a step in that direction. The term is arborist. Thank you. Yeah, I knew there was some sort of fancy word. No, they have only things. I got a salad, Sam. No, they have only things. I got a salad. They have other things. Freaking reading is hard, yo. Please. Reading is super hard. Being dyslexic and Afrikaans. I have double excuse. Is there more excuses I can come up with? It's very far away. The stream is so far away, and I'm also blazed, technically. Oh, love is true. I'm just imagining the fractal of Joy Vive walking into a cupcake shop called the Cupcakery and buying a salad. That's the real psychedelic trip that I'm going through. The thing that's confusing. Yeah, because Tree Guy is something completely different. I get that too. I think, Duck Dad could be a good tree guy as well. I think he would grow the best tree ever. Need some work before I can go, wah, brrr. A salad made from mini cupcakes and fondant leaves. Tesseract would be dope. Posted in our pets, but I thought so. Let me see if it's still there. There it is. See how long the video is going to take it to load. Yeah. So, to some of you friends who aren't familiar with the canon, for a long time now, Joe Schmo has been mentioning that as I do these streams, this little squirrel comes closer to the camera, apparently adding to my ego, listening to me, liking the sound of my voice, and want to get closer to it. Here we go, it's working again. Look at that little squirrel. Nice and close to Joe Schmo. Being like, what's going on, hero? There's some good vibes. Some good vibes coming out here. What's this now? What's this now? All of these good vibes. Those little feetsies put on the side of it, bro. This. Okay. I have to show you this moment. This is the cutest moment to me. That moment there. You see it? Like, it's so quick. So quick and so cute. One more time. Look at those little handsies touching that little step. Isn't that cute? And that creature is aware, yo. That creature knows that it's alive and it wants to continue being alive. That's so cute, Josh Mo. You can see it being careful, but absolutely wants to get close. The cup cocker getting cucked by the salad. Is that what's happening right now? Dang, that would be a good show. One of my most technically complicated artists I know. One of the most. Tesseract, I'm guessing. Is that where you buy a cupcake and someone else comes and eats it in front of you? The cup cockery. Joy walking into a cupcake shop and ordering a salad is the biggest flex ever. Me, on the other hand, ate 4 pieces of cheesecake after Thanksgiving every single day. Oh, she loves melting. She loves you too, bro. Like, I feel maybe in her mind it's you saying all of those words. So maybe she's like super perplexed, being like, this oak is like saying a bunch of things, but somehow his voice isn't vibrating and his lips are not moving. How is he doing that? Tries to get closer to understand. The entire point of dessert table at Thanksgiving is that it gets rated, Doug. So much love. My mom has a squirrel that gently knocks on her front door to ask for peanuts. She named him Deep Throat. You have an interesting mom. I'll just say that. I can't imagine my mom even saying those words out loud ever. Never mind calling her pet squirrel. Something like that. She named him Deep Throat. I'm happy that even Sam is shocked. If Sam is shocked, then you know the levels of shock has reached critical mass. Are we having Sangha today? Yes, we are. We definitely are. We have Sangha in like 40 minutes then. He crams many peanuts in before he runs away. He has a deep throat. Why we all dirty birdies? Bruh, I don't think we're dirty birdies. I just think we have been ruined by the internet, right? That's all it is. You're born, you filthy animals. I know, but the internet, it's not even a porn thing. It's just like if you had to use the words deep throat on any post, right? No matter where you use it, it can be a video of little squirrels chasing each other, right? And you see those squirrels putting nuts in their mouths, and you say, "Wow, look at those squirrels deep throating those nuts." Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I said those words. But you're not, everybody's not going to be like, "Oh, I get what you mean. The squirrel is putting the nuts in its mouth. I get it." No, they're going to make fun of you. Everybody's going to make fun of you. Bro. That's entrapment. That was entrapment, Doug. Yes, we've been entrapped. Exactly. All of us have been entrapped by Doug Dad. Point fingers and laugh. That definitely took a turn. Even Toasty is being like, "Bruh, Toast, bro, please." I'm sorry, Toast. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pour myself a glass of water. Wash me clean. Cleanse my spirit, please. I had to go to the extreme to get back to baseline. That's what had to happen, Joy Vive. AI overlords are going to wonder about us when they analyze this stream, but like, bro. These human beings have absolutely no chill, do they? No, Mr. and Mrs. AI overlords. They, them, it, at. What do you think the AI is going to identify as? Probably as just what's the word I'm looking for? One. Maybe that's the easiest one. Just like a unity. Both and none. If you don't want to be. You can technically be a block. You can be a six-sided cube with eyes and a mouth that moves when you speak. You can be that too. The AI will be truly non-binary. There we go. Yeah, I do believe that too, actually. I named my squirrel Halftail and Squiggles and Stripey. I thought those were pretty common squirrel names. Who knew? Yeah. Those are, I can see those as being squirrel names. You know, those make sense to me. Halftail, Squiggles, Stripey. Deep Throat is definitely not one of them. I'm trying to imagine being a squirrel and being named that as well. That's the other hard part, bruh. Like imagine you and your squirrel homies hang out together and you talk about the humans, and the humans are like, you know, kind of these entities in the world that sometimes feed you. That's how you see them. Like, oh, sometimes they chase you. They have these animals with them called dogs that can be super aggressive, but sometimes they're pretty cool. And then they start talking about their names, and it's like, yeah, my humans call me Halftail. My humans called me Squiggles. My humans called me Stripey. And then you just see this battle veteran, has seen everything, has experienced extreme suffering, looking squirrel, sitting in the corner, cast mostly in shadow, looking at the rest of the group going, my name is Deep Throat. Right? Trying to make it cool. Trying to make it cool because all of them instantly start laughing, you know, wondering why he got that as the name of all things. And it's like, bro, because I can get all of the peanuts, you know, like that thing, Eva cameos, Eva in the background. She was probably. She seems to be on new adventures now. Woo! If anyone's kids looks for a giggle, Dog Dad figures out clips, Discord clips. Love is true. That's technically true joy, because true AI will be using quantum computers. This is true. Yes, there is a polarity going on here. You can call it a binary, but I prefer the word polarity. A give and a take. There is day and there is night. The earth turns on its own axis. The two scales that we would consider warm and cold. But all of these things have gradients, right? And quantum is quite literally existing ceaselessly within the gradient. So if you are an entity, and I do believe you are, technically, I do believe we are quantum computers, actually. If you are an entity that thinks on the quantum level, you will truly not identify with the binary, because you'll actively realize and acknowledge that you choose to be one or the other, or at least a, a slice of you is taken, and then that is the interpretation. But you would realize that it's both at the same time. There's a character in Metal Gear Solid named Deep Throat. He's pretty cool. He has a giant minigun and becomes one of his family and becomes one with his family of crows when he explodes. Metal Gear Solid, yo, never ceases to amaze me. I thought Ninja Dude was as far as they would take it, but explodes into family of crows when you die. Is that how I'm supposed to interpret it? Right? Because there's two ways. There's the way one where he dies due to explosion, and then emotionally, symbolically, he joins his family of crows. Cool. Then there's the second one where when he explodes, the chunks turn into crows, and now he's crows instead of being Deep Throat. Why not Deep Crow? Why not Deep Crow, bro? Deep Crow would have been more apt in my mind in that case. Do the cats and dogs have run of the entire farm, or are there barriers? Nope. They can like go. They can go as far as they want to. They just don't go that far. They seem to stay in the vicinity. Have a beautiful day. Love to you, Duck Dad. We'll see you again soon, bro. Have a good one, man. I must go. Tell my mom you guys like her squirrel names. Love is true. Tell her we weren't making fun. We were just laughing because it's funny. Quantum AI, a wild thought. Is that how we develop AI aliens? Very good question. If there are aliens, they are more likely to be digital than not. Technically, if there are aliens, they're probably digital. They might still pilot physical forms, like you are technically digital and you're piloting a physical form, right? But yeah, we'll see. Maybe that's how we, and I've shared this fractal multiple times over, that's how we join them, by developing and integrating technology into our systems. Could be one way for us to actually communicate with something that is that much more advanced than we are. Isn't giant minigun an oxymoron? I mean, no, I don't think so, because a minigun is a certain type of gun. I also don't get the mini fractal. Hey Google, Why is the minigun called mini? Miniguns are called that because they're mini is in comparison to the guns that they were based off of, the Gatling guns. An example of such a Gatling gun would be an M61 Vulcan, chambered for 20 millimeter Vulcan rounds. Miniguns are more often than not chambered in rifle cartridges, such as 7.62 NATO or 5.656 NATO. I don't know what these words mean. So, in comparison to what they used to be, they are now mini, apparently, is why they're called miniguns. But in comparison to human beings, these things are enormous, right? Like, this is a super bad photo. But, like, that's a big gun, you know, a steel frame holding the gun together. Even if those bullets are rifle chambered, still, this thing is freaking enormous. I want to see a minigun next to the Gatling gun, though. Woo. And you get small variants as well, it seems. But for the most case, these things are definitely not mini. Here's like a few of them next to a Perpsen. Look at that. All of those would be considered miniguns, technically, because of like the rotating barrels, I believe. That's what I would consider a giant minigun. You're not holding that thing in your hands. This one you can, though. No. This thing wants to connect to my Bluetooth. No, stop, please. Oh, please stop. Freaking miniguns, bro. How many people has been killed by these freaking weapons of destruction? Giant minigun. Dum 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 dum. I put a second video up there. Quite serious, Joe Bow. I miss things with the AI aliens. Yeah, 100%. Once again, Battlestar Galactica says yes, Joe. I do believe so too. A10 Warthog, the biggest one. Yeah, like 6,000 rounds a minute or something, right? Like it costs something like, hey Google, how much does it cost to fire a A10 Warthog for 1 minute? Skibbity bobbity skibbity boo, skibbity bop. It's $26 a round. So it's $1,690 per second because it shoots 65 rounds per second. So let's do that again. 65 rounds times 60 for a minute. So it shoots 3,900 rounds in a single minute. And then it's 26 bucks per round. Yeah, so 101,000 US dollars to push a button that makes things die on the other side for 1 minute. That hurts me. That hurts me more than anything because people are using those things. Like most of those rounds that have been shot with that gun was shot at something, not at someone, right? And I'm not saying that that's bad. What I'm saying is that those hundreds of thousands of even millions of dollars was just like disintegrated, shot at something for the sake of destruction itself. Please, Mr. A1 Hortogs, stop that. Holes in the yard. Lamau, that picture. Pictures of people from the 50s posing nonchalantly with their weapons of the future destruction has an outworldly comical vibe to it. I feel like hopefully, I hope so, we'll look back at our current state of reality the same way we look back at cave people right now. I hope so. I'm gonna be like, gonna go out on a limb and say that's probably how I was gonna be. I see Shell and Mojo joining us too. We're talking weapons. We did get there. I don't know how we got to weapons. We got to weapons by talking about something even weirder, which is I'm not gonna say it, but this character from the game that shared this name with this weird topic we were going into had a minigun. And then Joy was like, why is it called a minigun when it's giant or whatever? And then we went down that fractal, and then here we find ourselves. I'm trying to pivot. Guns versus food. I choose food. I no, please, please, my brain. America don't have universal health care, but our universal UN healthcare is going strong. That sounds nice. That sounds real nice, actually. You know, we'll spend hundreds of billions on killing other people, but we'll let our people die without healthcare in our own country. America! Fuck yeah! Coming to save the motherfucking day, America. Maybe y'all men should check your testosterone. I think there's too much when you want to turn your fellow man into Swiss cheese. That sounds very stereotypical, Joy Vive. Maybe y'all women should stop being so beautiful, and then maybe men will have no interest in protecting you or taking care of you, right? Sounds a little bit like we're pointing fingers. I don't think testosterone is the problem. I think society is. We find ourselves in a society right now where money is everything, money is power, and you're being rewarded for greed, right? Where testosterone technically facilitates protection of your family in part, right? Where if you have a man that has only 100 milligrams or decimoles of, testosterone in his blood versus one that has 900, the 900 male might be more prone to aggressive behavior, but will also be able to back it up, right? Like the type of muscle growth that you have if you have 900, whatever, 900, let's just say units of measurement. Apparently that's the range, right? Like between 300 and 900 is normal masculine, levels. So the person that has 100 will absolutely have his ass beat to a pulp. No guns necessary by the dude who has 900. So in a society where we used to have to defend ourselves, this testosterone was necessary. We needed people like that. We don't find ourselves in that society anymore, and you can literally see already testosterone dropping worldwide, and it doesn't make things better, Joy Vive. It does make things a little bit more drab, right? Dreary. And that's why injecting testosterone is such a big deal right now as well. Like more people are injecting testosterone into themselves than ever before, right? Literally in existence. And it's not like a directly proportional amount of violence increasing next to it. Technically, violence overall is decreasing. It's more a society thing, right? Like what have we seen historically as okay? And technically, and this is again, I'm not trying to point fingers, but this is the reality. There was a encouragement, right? Obviously coming from other males in that patriarchal society, but also from females, right? Where certain females, and this is not me trying to stereotype, right? This is just paying attention, personal observations, right? Some females appreciate when a guy is willing to fight for her, right? Even to the point of making the fights happen, right? Flirting with another guy and then having her boyfriend beat that guy up and then getting super aroused by that, right? So what is actually to blame? Is it the testosterone? Is it the testosterone? And for the just for like an extra sake of understanding, a man's testosterone literally increases, sometimes even decreases, depending on what woman he's with. Right? So yeah, you have a role to play as well, Joy Vive. It's not a pointing fingers things. Melt is so full of grace. You think so? Thank you, bro. I thought I was stepping out of bounds even. I was like, bro, you're saying things that's gonna get you canceled. Please. Oh, please don't cancel. Love to you. Thank you. Goo for resonating, man. Lives of TikToks come post of a newspaper stat that said every time she posted shit, violence was up. And she was proud of it. There is evil in this world, and we have to be careful not to invite it into our lives. Agreed. Melty, what body of water is that behind you? There is none? Maybe it's the light. Maybe the light is doing like a thing, being super bright, but there's no water behind me. Not technically. There is like old concrete dams. I don't know if you're talking about those, but you can't see the water. Keep the peeps scared and they fall to their knees for the grandeur of protection. Yeah, convince them they're in danger and then tell them you know how to protect them. That's a good way to control populations. Tax dollars at work. Oh yeah, working so hard. Working so hard. No. People don't know enough about testosterone. I recall a podcast that revealed men and women have similar amounts, but men lack estrogen. Yeah, this is all. I don't know about the similar amounts. I think decimal concentrations might be similar, but like there's a scale difference, right? Definitely. I think that's the fence line. Yeah, it is probably the fence line that goes into like just grass, like technically browned out grass. Stop feeding his ego. Feed my ego. Yeah, make me feel better. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so great. I'm so fantabulastics. I'm so excellence. Friggin' join me. Huh? You gonna fight me? I'm gonna stand up, yo. You say some whack shit like, maybe you all men, right? Y'all men, you all men should check your testosterone. That just sounds like if I said anything else, right? You all add other group of people here and then added some sentence, any sentence after that. That's not okay, right? That's what we're trying to get away from, Joy Vive. You can't be angry at racism if you stereotype yourself, right? That's technically the energy underlying racism. Is the stereotyping. Being like, ha yeah, all men and their testosterone fucking things up. How about all of you men fucking it up with testosterone? No. If not for testosterone, you would have nothing you have right now, Joy Vive. Nothing. You're like, oh, I'm a nice guy. No, I'm serious. Your dad literally would not have the sex drive to sleep with your mom. Your mom wouldn't have the sex drive to sleep with your dad if not for testosterone. Right? So you would not exist. That level of nothing. And then you can think of the society we've built, the luxuries we've come to expect, as in a weird way, still a function of testosterone. Right? Like it was facilitated by it. The amount of infrastructure that was built with the testosterone fueled muscles. You know, like there's, yeah, it's not good to stereotype or cast anything in a bad light as a, oh, yeah, all of this, all of it. No. We are not seeing, the nuance, unfortunately, when we do that. The bright part does kind of look like water. Since the fence line does look like a golf course, Lake Lamar. Love is true. How does one even do that? Do what? Goo. The light? I'm mildly confused. I'm sorry. Too many lines processing at the same time. In the podcast, everyone at the office is as tested, and they were mainly equal, but some women had more testosterone than the men. What is men? How about we pull some cards? I know how to do that without stepping on any toes. We're not out in the streets dropping some bombs, but okay, some girl somewhere wanted her dude to fight some other dude, so it's your fault too. Okay. Not what I said. I said there is shared responsibility, right? Do I believe that it's, the woman's fault? No. Do I believe it's the men's fault? Technically, yes. Technically, right? But again, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. Again, right? If you are going to literally paint a whole species or a sex of a species as y'all, right? When there is literally sub-zero percentages, multiple zeros, 0.0001 probably. Hey Google, you know what? Let me do it like this, because I don't think Google is going to give me a proper answer. Like, let's see, Joyviv, what I'm trying to mean, you know, like again, what stereotyping does, because this is literally how people racisms. This is literally how people segregate religions. This is how it happens. It doesn't happen any other way, other than the way you just, you know, painted all men. So no, 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 I cannot hit my search bar. Come on, please. There we go. 0.0001. I'm guessing that's of tried to get 8 billion. There we go. So that would be 800,000. That's probably still too much, right? I went down into like multiple 0.1%, multiple fractions of a single percentage is 800,000 human beings, right? And I think there's probably less than that of bad men, of men that act irrationally, men that use their testosterone to hurt another person, right? So now you're taking 0.00001% of the masculine population to point finger at the whole of masculinity and be like, yeah, fuck you guys. Being like, bruh, why fuck all of us when there is literally a integer of an integer of an integer away from the whole of us, right? It's not fair, JV. It's not fair, and it only worsens the problem. It doesn't fix anything, nothing whatsoever. Around music, yeah, it's. I think it's meant more like that, you know, like the. It's red and purple. Let's see. I have fever. I am more confused. It's okay. Let's confuse together, bro. It's purple. I think it's purple to be our management, if you know what I'm saying. Power is coveted, regardless of gender. Yes. And it's a dog eat dog world sometimes. Thank you, Jovan, for saying that as well. I agree. Like, making this a gender problem is not intelligent. All right. This is a class problem. We're facing a societal problem, not a gender problem, not a skin color problem, not a language problem, not a religion problem, not a us versus them problem. We are facing a class problem, right? Where there are people that outclass us, people that can make decisions, that sends young people into war to go and die, right? Why? Why am I of a class of person that gets to be sent to die, and you are of a class of person that gets to send me to die? That's the problem we're facing. And it has nothing to do with penises and vaginas. It has nothing to do with that. It has a thing to do with what we believe about ourselves and about our reality, about our leadership, right? And making it a gender thing, it reduces the actual problems we're facing to something that only induces rage on both sides. I like the line in the Twin Peaks and The Return. It's a world of truck drivers. Need to get places. That's definitely not magic, definitely not prophetic cards in any way. These cards, they're normal sacred geometry cards, right? I hope to see something significant. Maybe we can like find some closure of today's stream topic. You can have my power and pet my dogs, Jobo. I never really care, but Melt is easy to rile up. Sometimes I'll just go with it. I'm not trying to be riled up. I'm standing up for what I believe is right. I didn't even have my cards the right way around, right? I'm standing up for what I believe is right, what I believe is most loving. And do I think calling all men out on having testosterone as what's right, as what's true of love? Nope. I don't. So I'm gonna have to say something about that. The last time I got that card, universe, Dunust. I like spicy joy. She's feisty. She's loved anyway. We have the power to give one another power, infinite power. Plug into your love loops. I need to. Tomorrow we're going to talk about that exactly. Thank you, Jovan. I think tomorrow is 1:47, right? Yeah. So tomorrow is going to be the perfect time to plug into the love loops. I accept your voice power to ease my bodily aches. Gobbledygoo. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling better too, Joe Schmo. Joe Schmo took a big tumble. Ukraine is activating women in the war now. Too many dead men, I guess. Does it make you happy? Are you happy? Right? You know how many men has died in war? Joy. You're like happy that the women are dying too now. Like that's the problem. Again, that's the point I'm trying to make. It's not about who dies, it's about the people who are dying. And there are people who are sending them to die. That is the problem. I don't care if you have a pepnis or a vagine. I don't want you to die. That is the thing that I'm trying to prevent. Russia gets ready to send captured POVs to the front line. They can't have much more left. Geopolitics are the most nuanced topics we could possibly talk about. You'll have to move on. Joe Bot got hurt. No, not Joe Bot. Joe Schmo. He did some cool skateboard tricks, and then the skateboard tricked him into feeling the cool floor underneath. The world is a crazy place with so many hard lines that are based around microscopic issues. Depending on where you focus will depend on what you see in this world. Absolutely. That's what we're trying to do in this space. That's the growth we're trying to reach, the conscious evolution, right? So I'm proud of you, friends, for showing up for it. No Jobo, but Joe Schmo. He was being a rat skater, and he got more rugged. I will see life and beauty wherever I'll be able to remind myself. This is the way. Pepness versus machine. No versus. We need both. He was a skater boy. Oh damn, Bertha though, keep skating, Joe. Melt says racism is dead. Toasty says we can't discuss geopolitics. What did I say? Racism is dead. I didn't say that. I said it again, and I think Joe Schmo said it beautifully. It's hard lines that are based around microscopic issues, right? And the way I'm interpreting microscopic in this is like a virus, right? Like there is something so small that you can't see it actively affecting you. And now you're drawing these hard lines in your mind as to self and other, right? That was the point of today's stream, Joy Vive, is to stop doing that, to remind ourselves at the very least, to remember that we're here for other people, men included. Believe it or not, Joy Vive, you will serve men, and it's good. You will serve women too. You will serve yourself. You will serve your kitty cat, right? It's not a bad thing. It's not an evil thing. It is what we're here for. I will serve men as well. I have given men massages. I'm not gay, but I can serve a man, right? Because he was willing to serve me. I'm thinking about Ali, right? Like watching him give other people massages, and he was doing it for free. So there was no barter, there was no exchange. People were waiting in a line and getting massages for free. And then they left, and I was like sixth in line or something. So I watched a bunch of massages happening, right? And I could see the amount of tension in this dude's forearms as he was massaging these people. And then when he took a break, I offered if I can serve him, if I can give him a forearm massage, right? And it wasn't a sexual thing. It wasn't a subservience thing. It wasn't a making myself less than him by serving him. It was a realization that in the same way he's choosing to serve others, I can serve him too, right? And that's what we can see the other as, because all of us are ultimately trying to serve this whole, trying to stay alive. Whether you have peptis or vagine, we are the same when it comes to that, right? That's the point I'm making. It's not like racism is dead, right? Oh, we officially won racism, friends. You know, you can now go out anywhere and you'll never deal with any difficulty again. No, it's realizing that that's not the problem we're facing. For radical to ragdoll in just a few seconds. New characters in a dystopian novel called Convergence. Think I know about that one. Just loving all these men telling me what I should say and think. No, I think maybe more society, Joy Vive. Right? I don't think it's a men thing. Right? If I say y'all women need to learn how to drive, right? That's not a cool thing to say. Now, again, am I not saying it because other people are telling me to say it? No, I'm not saying it because it is incorrect. There are 100% women in the world that are exponentially better drivers than me, right? So, in me saying something like that, I am being ignorant and I am communicating that ignorance into the outside world, the everything. And I consider myself a duality, both masculine and feminine, right? This body that you see is feminine. Sure, it has a pepness, but it changes, it decays, it goes away. The version of me that is aware of what's happening, of how things make me and other people feel, is masculine, is unchanged, right? And it's that part of us that we're talking to, where you can remain unchanged in your belief that all men are pieces of shit, and you can live that way, but it's not going to serve you. And I feel like that's maybe like, something that I'm scared of when I see you say stuff like that. The extent of evil and hatred correlated to our capacity to cultivate and share love. Can we have one without the other? I feel it might be easier for us to understand which side we find ourselves by knowing that both exist. Right? Like I think this room for love to exist without hate, but you might not realize that that is where you are in that case. Does it make sense? I hope so. Mhm. Let me tell you, it's okay. It's like this to serve men. Yeah, and I said that. I said that specifically, right, on purpose. I was like, yes, this is the exact verbiage that's going to trigger a certain feeling in Joy Vive's spirit, right? Being like, nah, I don't want to serve men. And I know what I'm doing when I'm saying shit, right? And that's the point. That feeling of resistance of like, oh, that's what we're supposed to be paying attention to. Like, why? Why is there that resistance? Is it serving you ultimately? I love you just the way you are. Absolutely. Have you ever been in a geopolitical debate stream? Hassan, Destiny, Voss. Those are some of the most educated people in these topics, and their discussion spaces always turn toxic no matter what. Geopolitics are not the easiest thing to talk about without being contentious to at least someone. So, for the sake of not making things awkward, why not move on? I do agree. And I'm not, right? I feel like on top of that, not only are there people who are more educated, very educated in these topics, and they know how to talk about it and they pay attention to all of these fractals. That's not who I am. Double. I'm not that type of person. And I'm also not putting in that work, right? I am but a person that gets to communicate how things look from this perspective, that is Meltmore. And that's what we share with one another, right? And I try to grow as a person. I'm actively trying to grow as a person, day to day to day. And then from that growth, I try to communicate. My way of communicating is facilitated by that growth. And that's all I hope to do. I'm not trying to convert you to anything. I'm just trying to show up for love. Encourage you to do the same. But that's up to you. The most earth-shattering episode of Twilight Zone. Melt, in the episode, aliens have a book that turns out to be a cookbook called To Serve Men, and they eat men, right? It's a cookbook to eat the men. Is that to serve them? This is the space where we confront those contentious issues and learn how to deal with them in a healthy way. And if we can't do that here, what do we do? I'm not feeling any contention, right? I feel like I'm being present for this conversation. I don't know what your state of being is like, But whatever it is like, it is your state of being. And that's the work, that's the journey that you're on. And that's what conscious evolution is. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to ever be easy, but it is going to be always be worth it. So continue down that path. The mods here are active and will step in when people get out of hand. This is true. For sure, I thought we were doing cards. I pulled the card already. This is the Joy Vive card, in large part. Holding the entire earth. The Gaia grid. Such a special card, actually. I'm reminded of Discord mod memes. Gobbledygoo. If only you knew, bruh. If only you knew. Our Discord mods are Sam. I feel like Sam is like super mod. At least in my mind. Shell, there was an animated supermarket musical with food that did that. That was the name. To serve man as well. That's hilarious. Cutest doggos. Sausage Party is what it's called. I saw Sausage Party. I thought you were talking about that one, but I thought there was more. It's the Seth Rogen movie even as well. Yeah, is that, yeah, it isn't Kid Freddy, completely right. I love y'all. I gotta pause this one, but somehow came up. Love, love, love. Thank you, Melty. Thank you, everyone, for being so beautiful. Love to you, Joshma. Let's read what this card means, shall we? Card number 58, the Gaia Grid. Let's see what it means. Earth, wisdom, and fellowship. Fellowship? Fellowship, hey Google, define fellowship. Fellowship, friendly association, especially with people who shares one's interests. A status of fellow of a college or a society. Several cultural traditions identify enigmatic and energetic grid points within our Earth. Gaia is the consciousness of Mother Earth, here seen holding the planetary grid in her bountiful lap. The Earth grid, or Gaia grid, is associated with geomancy, ley lines, and the unified field theory. The geometry is most often represented as a dodecahedron and embodies fellowship, community, and our collective unconscious. Highly activated vortices and sacred sites abound at places where these geometries intersect. Migration routes and tectonic shifts come along these paths of energy. By pulling this card, you were asked to view the way energy moves and to observe the choices in your life that strengthen or diminish your energy. What brings you to your fullest potential, and where does that happen? There are places where you will feel comfortable, and those that may seem to sap your power. As you choose a home on the planet and unite with Earth wisdom, you will activate your place on the planetary grid and realize resonance with the spirit of place. Fellowship can be seen as a means of connecting you through personal contact, travel, or technology to people and information that will show you exactly what you need to learn and experience at this moment of time. Yeah, how about that? That is what we're trying to do in this stream. Literally, making a fellowship through technology so that we can learn exactly what we need to learn in this moment together, right? Because this moment was created by you. Like, I feel like that's also something we have to take responsibility for, right? Everything you're experiencing right now was created by you. You literally have an impact on these streams as well, as I make them, for one, right? The things you say influence me as a person. I'm not writing some script to make you feel a certain way, which we could do technically. This is a collective experience. We both choose to feel. Let's go. Have a beautiful day, Joshmo. Does this serve me? Love this. Does this serve me? Love this card. Love you. Toast, thank you so much. Purple with a lot of red. Woohoo. You want to play some Kalimba with me? I feel like I have like technically only 5 minutes left before I have to be up on my next stream. The song I didn't cover it with my little. There we go. Let's do this, shall we? I'm gonna switch you around. I feel like this scene is gonna be better. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Not from what I can see. My soul starts smiling every time we talk. Bless. Love is true. Friends, quick survey. Who has a JanSport backpack rucksack? Not me. I guess JanSport is supposed to be some sort of brand. Unending spiritual smiles. Love is true. There it starts. Our Shan message is coming through. I'm probably going to directly transition over to the next stream from this one. I'm maybe gonna switch around, sit on that side or something, but other than that, it should be the same. Have the mostest, beautifulest day, everyone. I for seriously love you all so very, very superestly, duperestly, extremely enormously, elephantinally, gargantuanly, galactically, considerably, cosmically, dearly, beloved, brimmingly, beguiling, beguilingly, buoyant, melt more, and all of you oh so very, very, absolutely, amazingly, fiercely, flabbergastingly, mesmerizingly, magnificently, dashingly, delightfully, dexterously, gorgeously, magically magical, purely precious divine friends that love other people by becoming friends. That was a rough ending. No, it was okay. For me, it was the beguiling, beguiling, beguiling. Hey Google, what is the definition of beguilingly? Beguiling, charming and enchanting. You see? Can you say it for me? Be, bruh. Why give me a button to press so I can hear what it says if you don't want me to press the button? Beguiling. Beguiling. Ah, thank you. There it is as well. Melt. It's like beguiling. Beguiling. Beguilingly. Buoyant. Melt more. Thank you so much for blessing me with all of your lovins, dear friend. Shan was perfect, just like every time. Love is true. So much so. Thank you, friends, for proving it to me once again by showing up and being my friend. Love is true. I'll see you again real soon. Introvert me took that as less friends for me to feel pressure to make Shan. So it was perfect. Bless. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'll see you like in a few moments. Technically, it's already supposed to be starting. Cheers! Or tomorrow, of course. Love you.